We often talk about how important it is to have a sample board made before grouting your entire project. Not only can this help with getting a visual understanding of what your tile is going to look like grouted, it also ensures that the grout you're using is compatible with your tile. What we haven't talked about until right now, though, is how easy, fast, and kind of fun it is to make sample boards. The only items you need to make a great sample board that'll be representative of your tile installation are a hot glue gun, a couple of plastic containers, some water, spacers that are the size of the spacers you want to use on your installation, and then of course the tile and the grout. Okay, the first step in making your sample board is to just simply lay out your tiles representative of how you're planning to install them on your project. And for the sample board, and this is something that we do regularly at Clay Imports, we use just old clipboards from the warehouse to make sample boards. They're really affordable, and once they kind of get worn out, this is better than just trashing them. So this is the layout we're going to go with. The 2x5, just in a straight joint. This straight stack is also, or straight joint is also referred to as a stacked bond or a straight grid, but essentially we're just stacking the tiles with the joints both horizontally and vertically all in line, as opposed to offsetting the joints, which would be like that. The next thing I'm going to do is actually use my tile spacers just to give me a good understanding of, these are 1/8 inch spacers. And this just gives me a really good understanding of what the tile is going to look like with the 1/8 inch spacing. And I'm just going to use a couple right there, but of course, you know, if you want to, you can fill in all of the spaces. So the next thing I'm going to do is label the board. In a case of sample boards, it's quite common to have a tile with different colors of grouts. You're making different sample boards for different grout colors, and it's easy to lose track of that. So I always label the board before I start adhering the tiles to the sample board. So in this case, we're using Clay Imports Dragonfly Gloss in a 2" by 5", and the grout is Grout 360 Sanded Adobe Brick. And I'll usually just mark it wherever there's space on the sample board. Simply having the board labeled before it's installed can avoid confusion after you have multiple boards that are dried. Next is the spacing. For this project, I want to use 1/8 inch spacers. 1/8 inch spacers, there's a lot of different styles of spacers, and this is just the one that I tend to use most often. But whatever you get, just the process is going to be really the same. Just put a spacer between 4 corners. Or even, you know, 2 if you're doing a staggered. All right, so that's pretty much what our board is going to, this is what we want it to look like. Hey, and on these other ends, you don't have to put spacers over there, but if it, if it helps you line it up better, then yeah, of course do it. And the next thing we're going to do is glue these tiles one piece at a time onto the clipboard. This is a hot glue gun. It's also, you can also use like an adhesive. I prefer the hot glue gun because it dries fast, and I can just knock these boards out if I'm doing multiples. All right, so I'm just going to set these 3 pieces for now because the glue does dry really fast. You don't need much glue, and If you have worked with hot glue before, you know how fast it dries. So you may want to work with one piece at a time if you don't have a lot of experience with how fast this glue dries. But of course, you can also use a slower drying adhesive. The next step is to mix the grout. We're going to mix the grout while we're waiting for the board to dry. This hot glue does dry really fast, but I usually just give it about 5 minutes. So mixing this grout, just start with a really small amount of water in a plastic container. I'm just using a 12-ounce plastic cup for this. A small amount of water. And usually starting with a little water just keeps the grout from sticking to the bottom of the container. And for a little sample board like this, I'll usually 2 to 3 teaspoons of grout is more than enough. And again, this is Grout 360 Sanded Grout in Adobe Brick. So this was this is about 3.5 teaspoons of grout. And I had about 1 teaspoon of water before I added the grout. And it still needs to be a little thicker. I'm going to add a little more grout. And I usually shoot for like the consistency. I mix it thoroughly. Definitely don't want to see any powder or any grout powder residue in there. So mix it thoroughly, and I usually try to get to the consistency of like really like a warm peanut butter, and I use that reference a lot, warm peanut butter. And what I mean by that is just peanut butter that's in your pantry, like a room temperature peanut butter, as opposed to a refrigerator peanut butter. I thought everyone kept their peanut butter in the pantry, but I learned recently that a lot of people keep their peanut butter in the refrigerator, which that refrigerator peanut butter is so thick. Anyway, this is about the consistency you want. All right, now I'm just gonna pull the spacers out, and it's solid. I mean, and there's our label on the side letting us know what the tile is, and then of course which grout color we're about to apply. Because Grout 360 grouts are, they're so pigmented, they have so much powerful pigment in here. Even if I'm just doing a sample board, I'll usually tape it off. And then of course, like, even if I'm just doing a sample board, I'm still really careful with this grout because the pigments are so strong. Anything it touches, it can perhaps permanently stain it. I mean, definitely, it can totally stain like a tabletop if you're doing this on a table, or a drywall if you're working at a job site and there's drywall nearby. Yeah, so just a little bit extra effort. Just tape it off before applying the grout. And as you can see, I'm working with a piece of paper underneath the clipboard or the sample board that I'm making. This just makes the cleanup easier with this heavy pigmented grout. And then application of the grout is really easy. For samples, in place of using a grout trowel, I just use a piece of cardboard to kind of smear it around the surface. And you just want to apply with the board or the trowel at an angle, how this board is naturally kind of bending. That just ensures that you're using enough pressure to get the grout completely inside, in between the tile joints. And for this sample board, this is about half a square foot of tile on this sample board. And I used about 3 to 4 teaspoons of grout mixed to the warm peanut butter consistency. And it pretty much used everything. And then, of course, you know, you're going to need more if you're doing larger boards. Okay, so just get everything between all the joints. And this is a sample, so I actually like to rub the grout on the surface of the tile a lot, just to see if it is going to have any staining on the tile, or any effect on any of the crazing on the glaze, or if it could potentially scratch the surface of the tile. I want to see that happen on this sample board, and not on the installation. The next step is simply to clean the tile. Remove any excess grout from around the edges, wipe away the residue from the surface of the tile without cleaning away too much grout from between the joints. And usually I'll just use another piece of cardboard to clean along the edges. And then this is a pretty typical grout sponge. For a project like this, I won't even use the whole sponge. I'll just cut a small piece of it and get a plastic cup, disposable cup with water. And during the cleanup, I usually wipe diagonally. This just reduces the possibility of taking grout out of the joint if I'm wiping parallel to the joints. And you can see how powerful these pigments are that are in this red grout. You never want the sponge too wet for this. You just want it to be really just damp. All right, I'm really starting to see the tile come through now, and I'm seeing the contrast in the joints from the grout to the tile now for the first time, and it's exciting. It looks really cool. And now that we've got most of the residue off the surface and the perimeter fairly clean, I'm going to let it sit for a while and dry a little more until this watery surface dries up again and looks more like a powdery film. Okay, that wet layer, that moist layer that we had on the surface earlier is dry now. So it's more like a powder than moisture now. And this is the point where if there's any grout that maybe is sitting too high, or corners that are rounded off and not refined, this is when you can focus on getting those details cleaned up. And you can still do that with your sponge, just incredibly damp. And normally, or through the cleaning process, that's done diagonally. But if you want to try to refine these lines a little more in the corners, this is when you can start to wipe parallel and perpendicular to the joints. And this is perhaps the most satisfying part of making sample boards, is this final cleanup, cleaning the tile surface and the grout lines, staying crisp and neat, and giving you a real understanding of what that grout's going to look like with that grout joint size, contrasts that are coordinating to your tile. All right, this is the board. It's almost done. I mean, the surface is really clean right now. I'm just using a dry, lint-free cloth or something that doesn't leave lint behind. You've got to be careful with that. If you're using a sponge or some kind of a rag that can leave lint, then those little pieces of fibers will get caught in the grout. Not such a big deal for a sample piece, but you definitely don't want that on your installation. Okay, so the last thing is just to remove the tape. The tiles are completely dry. The only thing you want to watch out for here is when you pass the grout joints with the tape, just go slowly so you don't pull out a chunk of the grout. All right, there's our finished board. Yeah, and this is a super fast and easy and even kind of fun way to make a tile sample board. And it not only does it, oh God, it does so many things. I mean, you're ensuring the compatibility between the grout and the tile. You're getting to see what it looks like before you install it. You can accurately see your grout joint sizes with your grout color in it. And then of course, just keep notes on the board. These boards are so cheap. I think they're like 99 cents. Another cool thing about having the sample boards installed on these clipboards is that they have a hole in them and you can hang them up on your projects just for reference. And the last thing is the cleanup. Since we've got everything on a piece of paper, all right, that's it. That's how you very easily, quickly, and affordably make a real representative tile grout sample board.